All of us go through the process of birthing, and many of you have been through this birthing process or seen the film of a birthing process. But this video is little different. It involves a woman who is birthing but not birthing her own child. In other words, she is undergoing the process of labor to give a gift of love to a third party. Here, the woman who is going through the labor is the surrogate. The people standing beside her are the actual genetic parents, and the people sitting far aside are the genetic grandparents. This is briefly to give an idea to reflect and think what is sociological changes that are happening at this advent and moment of time.
I got 800. It's right. Don't give anything yet. Just where you got there.
Management of the surrogate host. When a woman comes forward and asks about surrogacy, then the question comes, does she need surrogacy? And second thing is, who is providing the surrogacy? And what is the role of the clinic in relation to the surrogacy? The common myths and misconceptions about surrogacy are, most of the time it is taught that the surrogate is treated like a princess as shown in the image. The husband and the wife showing a lot of affection. Sometimes there is scope of misconceptions and mismeanings in the development of surrogacy and producing a catastrophic changes which might impair the basic natures of the couple. As you see in this picture, you see the husband and the wife and their motives. A surrogate woman who has the surrogacy as a pregnancy needs all the preconception and antenatal care as applied to any other woman. The only difference is the biological age of the patient is not considered in the amniocensus or genetic screening. It's the age of the genetic folder, that is the genetic origin age, is considered to do the workup. Similarly, the role of rest or type of delivery is no different from any other pregnancy. In the next few seconds, I show you something which you won't anticipate and won't think that such type of services are available and such way of promotion is available. The purpose of showing this presentation is not to hurt anybody but highlight the effect of media in communication. When a news item comes on surrogacy, then immediately it reflects on a third world country and most of the time in India. But surrogacy happens in every part of the world and it all depends on demand-supply issues. Look at this video and see how perceptions, media and the person who is doing it can promote an effective communication barrier of the same controversial subject.
Hi, I'm Dolores Santangeli. Let me be the surrogate mother of your baby. Babies? Gross. I love being pregnant, but I hate kids. So you don't need to worry about me sticking around. Morning sickness? Who needs it? Not you. But hey, I'd be throwing up anyway. So Dolores, what makes you so qualified to surrogate my baby? I have an associate's degree. I like getting fat. I'm a professional. I'll eat what you tell me, when you tell me. As long as it's Fritos. I have an unusually strong birth canal. I'm very polite. But don't take my word for it.
Yeah, she's very polite.
I've surrogated over 14 babies, and I'm only 28 years old. Do the math. Forgot to mention, I'm a musician. This is my guarantee to you. Once the baby is born, you will never see me again. Unless you want another one.
We never saw her again.
It's like I disappear. So why not let me, Dolores Santangeli, carry your baby? I want to have your baby!
Surrogacy involves less anxiety to the surrogate, as in most cases the surrogates are already married and have their own biological or the genetic child. Regarding compensation, most of the places where surrogacy occurs has some amount of compensation. The compensation can be mostly in the financial terms and sometimes in terms of kind. In the surrogacy which we are discussing about, it's the amount of money that is paid to the surrogate. Is it the right thing? If so, is it the compensation, a good compensation, or sense of exploitment? Most of the surrogates feel that they are moderately compensated and some feel they are well compensated. In this process, some feel they have been exploited by the third party and the media and depicted in all the wrong ways. Finally, compensation is a word which does not have what is the real value, and it's an abstract thing, and the judgments can be made depending on where the couple come from, in which part of the world, and where the surrogate comes from which part of the world. What are the motivations for doing a surrogacy? In a study which was done involving the surrogate mothers and finding out what exactly was involved in surrogacy, the reasons for having or motivating for becoming a surrogate, most of the time the common thing in 91% of the situation was wanting to help a childless couple. The second is enjoyment of the pregnancy in 15%, self-fulfillment in 6%, and for money in 3%. But most of the time, or half of the time, people have more than one reason to plan a surrogacy. What about psychological aspects of surrogate motherhood? Are there none or some of them exist? This depends on the genetic linkage of the surrogate in relation to the child, and the associated problems with this are there. What is the social background of a surrogate? The social background of a surrogate depends on the country to which they come from. In a third world country, most of the time they are economically deprived, and most of the time the women are non-working and single breadwinner in the family. When you look at these pictures, this reflects an average group of surrogates that happens in India. And when you look at this second photograph, where you're seeing the European or the North American or the Caucasian population, you're finding them of a far better affluence compared to the image you have seen a couple of seconds ago. But in both these situations, the motivation is there. The motivation is helping the couple to have their own genetic child is one thing, and in addition, in the first group, most of the time it's the financial incentive that comes along with the surrogacy procedure is attracting a large number of population. When you look at the Caucasian group, most of the time they provide an answer that they're trying to undergo surrogacy to fulfill their career and aspirations of going to a college or building a home or buying a car. When you look at the need for doing a surrogacy in the first situation and in the second situation, the situations are widely different and are varied, in which one is doing for the financial incentive and survival, and the other is doing it for the fulfilling of the aspirations and dreams of a person. There is nothing called right and wrong in these two situations.